Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at the Avoya Travel Conference on board Navigators of the Seas, and we're here with the new two co-presidents of Avoya Travel, Jeff and Mike Anderson, and we're going to find out all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, first of all, guys, I've known both of you for a long time. Congratulations on just being promoted to co-president of Avoya Travel, and you're taking over from your father, Brad, and your uncle, Van, and so this is a pretty major deal. But it's not like you guys have not been around for a while and haven't been doing this, but you've really been behind the scenes. In your case, Mike and Jeff, you've been out the front for a while. Talk a little bit about how this transition occurred and how it's working. Jeff, first, let's talk to you about that.
Yeah, so this really started 30 years ago.
30 years ago?
Yeah.
You were barely, well, how old were you then?
I know, it was child labor, but apparently that's okay. We would stamp brochures for a penny a piece, and so we've learned every step of the business along the way, and never wanted to get to the very front of the line, always wanted to learn what was happening around the company. And so we've had that privilege, and over the course of the last few years, as the business model changed significantly from where it was before, the family has let us do some really neat things, teamed up with a lot of incredible people. Yeah, now you have a great team behind you. Now, Mike, how did this? You've actually been behind the scenes doing a lot of the technology over the past few years, and now you're co-president. And how's that working for you so far?
So far, so good. It's been a long time coming, so it's not necessarily an overnight change that's happened. This has been a progression over the years where the transition has been happening and responsibilities have shifted. So it's been, as Jeff said, we've been doing this a very long time. It just feels like a natural, smooth transition for us, and we're really excited about the opportunity.
Yeah, and also technology has been at the forefront of what you do at Avoya Travel, and all the different patent pending things. And actually, I think you got the patent finally, right? The way you generate your live leads has been really the core of this company, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we've done lots of exciting things for over a decade, coming up on 2 now. The exciting thing is the best is yet to come, though. There's all sorts of opportunities for us that we see in the future that we're really excited about. So we've got our work cut out for us going into the future, but we're really excited about it.
Now, what will be the role of Brad and Van going forward as co-founders now, right?
Yeah. Their primary role at this point is really to be advisors to us. They've got a tremendous amount of experience.
Will you take any advice from them?
As limited as possible. Okay. No, there's still things that we don't know quite how to navigate. And I think having a good, trustworthy sounding board is huge for us. Right. So advisors is really their primary role for us, but they still understand finance and legal in a way that allows us to outsource to them and get their support in really significant ways. So it's huge. And going back to relationships, the industry knows them. Right. They know everybody in the industry, so it's really nice to be able to rely on them and continue those relationships going forward. But
you also are getting known yourself now. I mean, you have to deal with technology people at other companies, and you've had to deal for a long time with the marketing and sales people from other companies, so it's not like you're strangers, right?
No, that's right. And like we said, it's been decades now for us, so these relationships that exist kind of all within the different segments of the business, somehow or another we all intersect and cross paths. So it's been good long-term relationships that just continue to evolve.
Yeah. Now, are you going to divvy up responsibilities between the two of you? How is this going to work?
Yeah, I think that it's pretty clear that I'm not good at coding, and so that's pretty easy to eliminate off of my list, and to really focus on what I know best, which is marketing and sales and business strategy, is kind of where I focus everything, all of my attention.
Right, and then you're going to really focus on technology and the data and all that. Well, I mean, which is huge, right?
That's right, exactly. Yeah, and he's the big brother, so whatever he tells me that I have to do, I guess.
I like that.
I at least have to think about doing it.
Well, we saw the dynamic between Brad and Van, and that doesn't always work that way, actually, but that's no worries.
Yeah.
But no, it's been interesting to watch that. What have you learned from their interaction that may help you?
I think they were always good at challenging each other. And anytime there was a blind spot, the other would gently push the other to see what the opportunity was. And I think it's that same approach that Mike and I want to use. We've shared a room growing up.
I'm really sorry about that.
I know. No, and I think we just had to learn how to make things work.
Right.
And, growing up with 6 kids in the family, you kind of figure out where your spot is in the pack. And Mike and I have always figured out a way to work well together. And so it's just about navigating each other's skill sets and strengths and weaknesses. So it's just working collaboratively with each other.
And Mike, what have you learned from all that?
Whether it's me and Jeff or Brad and Van, the really cool thing is you've got different complementary skill sets, like Jeff was saying. So there's overlap, but there's different areas in which one or the other can really step in and make sure that we're driving forward. So that was true with the previous generation. It's true with our generation. And it makes it really exciting because you get to collaborate with each other. You get to rely on the other one who's really an expert in that thing that you're not. And together you end up with the best product because you're combining all those things together. So it's exciting getting to work on stuff with him, just as it was for the previous generation.
Well, congratulations to the two of you. You've got a great team with you, and you've inherited a much larger organization. I've noticed you've grown now. You have about 1,250 travel advisors, independent travel agency affiliates now. You got a lot more sales and a lot more to come, and I know you have lots of plans. In the next segment of our interview with Jeff and Mike, we're going to talk about their 2025 plan, which is the 5-year plan? I don't know if 7-year plan for Avoya, which was announced last year, and we're going to see exactly where you are with that. Congratulations again. And this is James Shillinglaw with Insider Travel Report.